Welcome.
Hello and welcome to the Everything Podcast. I am your host, Chuck Manity. And in today's episode, we're going to be speaking about Superman 2025. There's a reason why I'm doing it in this order, and I hope all you nerds out there can understand exactly why. So yesterday we spoke about Jurassic World Rebirth. Today we're going to go through Superman. And tomorrow, spoilers, I'm going to be talking about the Fantastic Four. And there's a reason for it, is because these are obviously big summer blockbusters, all coming out in July. They're going up against one another. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out numero uno. So that's kind of why I'm doing these. And some trailers have dropped very recently. The Superman trailer, when you're watching this, might be a day and a half, 2 days ago. But it's soon enough that you might not have seen it, so that's cool. So as we do with the trailer review specifically, we just chat a little bit about what's going on, etc. We'll go and watch the trailer together, and then straight after that I will give you my thoughts and a little bit of extras. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So Superman is an upcoming American superhero film based on the eponymous character from DC Comics, written and directed by James Gunn. It will be the first film in the DC universe, produced by DC Studios, and the second reboot of the Superman series. So as far as the casting, I'm sure you guys know this, it's David Corenswet, so he'll be playing Superman, and yeah, so that's quite exciting. He's a good look for Superman, 100%. I agree that he definitely looks the part. I know that there'll be people going, no, Cavill forever, but look, if you want to get movies moving forward, guess what? Sometimes you have to recast people. I am a massive Henry Cavill fan. So far, the best Superman, of course. But as far as David Corenswet, let's see how his outing goes. He's got some big shoes to fill there, so that's going to be interesting. Then, of course, there's Rachel Brosnahan. She's playing Lois Lane. So, yeah, very nice looking Lois Lane, of course. I'm sure most of the lads would agree with that one. Yeah, and then she was actually in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which she won a Primetime Emmy for. So, then there's Nicholas Hoult. So there's a few things that I actually remembering from specifically. When I say a few, I'm not going to give all of them, but the ones that stand out is obviously Beast in the X-Men franchise, and then there is a second one which is eluding me right now. That is, Mad Max Fury Road and Nosferatu. So and the one that just popped up, which I quite enjoyed him, it's actually my favorite one of his, that's Renfield. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but I definitely enjoyed that. So yeah, and then after Nicholas Hoult, there's some of the sort of, I wouldn't call them smaller characters, they're just not the leads. So yeah, so let's get into those. There is Eddie Gathegi. He's going to be playing Mr. Terrific. Yeah, you might know him from stuff like Twilight, if you've seen it, X-Men First Class, that kind of stuff. And then he's going to be playing Mr. Terrific. And then there's Anthony Carrigan. He's actually sort of best known for Chechen mobster NoHo Hank in Barry. So that's kind of where I know him as well. He's playing Metamorpho. Nathan Fillion, I know him from, well, my favorites that I've seen him in is Castle. And then a lot of people like Rookie. I don't know, Castle just for me just feels like right for Nathan Fillion. Just pity that series didn't end, or it had to end so abruptly, so the ending was kind of convoluted into one. But he's playing Green Lantern. Isabella Merced is playing Hawkgirl. So yeah, that's basically the cast. Big cast. Obviously I had to get through that just to give you guys an overview. But the things I want to talk about, just two things before we get into the trailer. The first one is, of course, the release. That's coming out July 11th. That's through Warner Brothers, and internationally July 9th. So, you know, it just depends where you are. But anywhere in between that time. So you'll see it comes out in a whole bunch of different formats as well. So that's also cool. So just the next part of the article, in January 2025, this is interesting. The State of Superman co-creator Joe Shuster filed a lawsuit against WBD, asserting that the rights to distribute the film in some international territories has reverted to them based on different copyright laws. The United Kingdom, Ireland, and Australia, and that's in 2017, and in Canada in 2021. 2 months later, Warner Brothers, and I think that's just Warner Brothers Discovery, because they obviously joined with them, filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit, citing prior copyright lawsuits being rejected. It was dismissed in April due to lack of international jurisdiction. The lawsuit was refiled with the New York Supreme Court a month later with an injunction requested, but the motion was denied in early June. So a lot of stuff happening in the back, you know, where this movie is concerned. You know, I wouldn't say to bomb the movie or do anything bad, but you know, the things that happen behind the scenes are generally, you know, there's a lot of things that could happen. Like there was a monster mayhem with the Predator, the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you haven't seen or any reviews or someone speaking about that, there is a lot that happened on that set that could have absolutely annihilated that movie, and aren't we all glad it happened? So but this is the last one. So this is to do with the Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four. So I'm kind of watching the box office projections. So it says here, at the start of June 2025, the Wrap reported that Superman needed to gross more than 500 million worldwide to become profitable at the box office, but that it would need to turn around 700 million to be considered a success. I think maybe to even break even there. No, that should probably make a small profit there. The Hollywood Reporter estimated that the film could have a domestic debut of around 175 million. I see that's reported, so that is about right in a few different places. And potential global total of over $1 billion based on its first full trailer engagement metrics, while no such thing, its production and marketing costs accounted for a total around 4 million, 200 of which was marketing. So they are doing a huge marketing junket at the moment, more of which we'll talk about after the trailer. So before we get to the last part, enjoy the trailer of Superman. That was the trailer for Superman. So lots going on there, but I'll get to that in a second. So going back to what I was chatting to just before we watch this trailer. So James Gunn's Superman has already had the strongest first day of advanced ticket sales for any film this year, reports Fandango. While general cinema tickets went on sale earlier today, tickets for Amazon Prime early access screenings on July 8th for the feature went on sale the other day. Those have now been revealed to have scored the best first day advanced ticket sales of 2025 for Fandango, beating out Marvel's The Fantastic Four First Steps, which went on sale last week. So that was a week earlier than Superman, but Superman's actually coming out before Fantastic Four. So the film has long been voted one of the most anticipated summer movies. True, that and probably Jurassic World for some. So while awareness tracking has been incredibly high for the movie, though plenty of box office pundits have pegged the film at opening above the 166 million of Zack Snyder's Batman vs Superman film, no actual tracking figures have yet been published by analytic services like the Quorum, and that is actually from an article from a site called Dark Horizons. Articles written by Garth Franklin. So that was written just the other day. So here's my thoughts. So with regards to what's going to be the best, my prediction, and it's hard to say indefinitely, I will say I'm wrong if I was wrong, but I think it will go such: Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic Four. And this is what I say. The dinos are going to beat out the box office. That's just my prediction. I just think it's like a more popular movie at this stage, a healthier franchise. In a sense, maybe some of the nostalgia stuff from the earlier, etc. But if you look at, for example, the difference between the sales of Fantastic Four as compared to Superman, Superman was only one day in the week on a Tuesday. You had to be with Prime, and it's sort of, I think, a one ticket restriction per household or per subscription or something to that effect. A lot of restrictions, and it beat out Fantastic Four. So I could be wrong. Superman could swoop in and beat the T-Rex, so to speak. We will have to wait and see, basically, to see what's going to happen. I'm not too sure. I just think I'm going to call it Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic Four. That's how I think that box office is going to go. Superman's looking really good at this point. I can see why. You'll see, well, obviously you saw with the trailer now that we just watched together. Every single trailer that's come out with Superman has got me a little bit more excited than the last one, to be honest. Started a little bit icky, weird. I was okay, what's going on? And then they left a little bit to the imagination. There was the second one, and then sort of this final trailer has me really, really pumped, or at least piquing my interest. I'm not full-blown 10 out of 10 where I cannot wait to see it. However, I think I'm quite I'm entertaining the notion to get to that cinema for sure. So on that note, like with what happens, it's going back to the core of what Superman is. Like, just do superhero things and people will come to the cinema. That's just the fact. So, in the beginning with him catching the building, or, when that big monster lands his foot in the middle and those pipes go and then he stands in the girl's way taking the hit. And what I do like, what a problem that I've had with Superman has always been sort of overpowered, and then it was kryptonite. So it seems though it's not completely that direction, I hope. I don't like a completely overpowered superhero, because then there's no stakes. So it looks like there's quite a lot of stakes. It looks like he's getting his butt handed to him, so to speak, and that's a good thing. Like, I don't want to just see him going around trashing everything, because that's just, it gets boring. Like, you want to kind of feel that intensity of going, oh, I wonder what's going to happen to Superman. So that's my feeling. Love to know yours. Please put those in the comments below, as well as showing us some love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And that is everything for today's episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.